Hi, welcome to my show, Jessica. I'm your host, Jessica Rector. I've always said that I want to do a show that actually is informative and that allows the public to have more information about things that they may not know otherwise. This is one of those shows, and the reason why I feel it is so important is because I had the opportunity to go to this fabulous place, and I actually was able to see all the wonderful people there and what they do for everybody, and that's what makes it so special. The place I'm talking about is Performing Arts Studio West. And before we get started, a little bit about this studio, I want to introduce my guests. The first one is John Pazis, who is the program director and the founder of the studio. Diana Elizabeth Jordan, who is an actress in charge of public relations and also an acting coach. Nick Daly, who is an actor. Kelly McEwen, who is an actress. And Dorian Jourdain, who is an actor. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In unison there.
It's nice to be
here. So, John, tell us a little bit about the studio.
Well, Performing Arts Studio West was opened in 1998, and I opened the studio to give actors with disabilities an opportunity to study in a professional atmosphere and prepare them for film and television work. And we are funded by the state of California through the Department of Developmental Services. All our staff are professionals in the industry, either actors or musicians or technical personnel, casting coordinators. And we started out very humbly with myself and 5 people sitting in a room looking at each other, wondering what the heck we were doing. And now we have about 52 performers that are working with us, and over the past years we've been quite successful in getting our performers cast in film and television and video projects, which we can go into a little bit later on.
Right. So what made you decide to start this studio?
Well, I'd been an actor and a musician since I was a kid, and my day job, ever since I'd been in Los Angeles, was working with the developmentally disabled adult population. And I worked for a large behavior management agency for about 17 years, and that agency closed its doors in '97. So for the first time in my adult life, I found myself unemployed. And so I had always thought that the population had just this wealth of different and unique and talented individuals that should have the opportunity to be introduced to the performing arts, hopefully with the outcome of actually getting work in the industry. And it's been a very successful venture due to a lot of talented people, many of whom are sitting here with us.
Yeah, so how do people find out about your studio? Because whenever I got there, I don't know if you recall, but I said I didn't even know you guys existed, and that's why I think it's so important, is to let everybody out there know that this place does exist, this studio exists, so you know, people can be creative. So how do people find out about you?
Well, being that we don't advertise and that we accept our clients through a referral system, I would say probably the best way to find out the most information about us would be to visit our website.
Perfect.
And can I give that information out?
Yes.
Okay, that would be www.pastudiowest.com.
Okay, lovely. So why don't we start by seeing a little bit about what these actors and actresses are capable of doing.
Absolutely.
You want to set up the first clip
yes,
for us?
Yes, we have some video clips for you. The first one would be Diana Elizabeth Jordan, and this was from the WB's television show, very popular television show, Seventh Heaven, and this was last season.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
What?
You're not waiting for your mother?
No, I'm not. I'm waiting for my boyfriend, Peter. He's coming over with his dad.
Do you like Peter's dad?
I'm trying to, but you'll see.
Everything will be fine. You know how I know?
No.
Because everything is fine.
So Diana, tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was, for me, a dream come true because it was my first television show. I've been doing theater I did it in Chicago as well as LA. But to finally land my first TV gig was great, and I had the opportunity to work with 4 of my students, which was also
nice.
really awesome. Kelly, Nick, Patrick, and Pam.
How soon we forget.
It was just a dream come true. I mean, everything was so wonderful, and the cast and the crew were so nice to us, and they made us all feel right at home, and it was just, you know, a blessing and a dream come true for me.
So how long have you been acting, Diana?
Ever since high school, college, I got my undergraduate degree and my graduate degrees in theater. I moved out here in '98, went to graduate school, then moved to LA in 2002. But I started working for John in '99. I met him at a SAG meeting. He told me about the studio. So I'd work there in the summers, and then I came on full time in 2001.
So tell us a little bit about what you do at the studio.
I teach, and I also do the private acting coaching when our students have auditions, our performers have auditions. I'm one of the teachers that will work with them on an individual basis to prepare them for the audition. Our other acting teacher is Raymond Parker, and we both work with them to make sure our students are prepared to go out and get the job.
Perfect. Sounds good, and you enjoy doing that.
Oh, it's fun. It's
you can tell. Your face lights up whenever you're talking about it.
It's fun. It's a great combination. Acting and coaching is a great combination for me.
That's great, but you're going to still do more acting, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But I think it's reciprocal. I think that hopefully if I improve on my acting skills, it makes me a better coach.
Absolutely.
And learning to work with actors on the other side, I think hopefully makes me a better actress. So I think I don't see them as separate. I just see it as a, circular thing.
That's a great attitude. That's a great attitude too,
Right.
because I don't think maybe a lot of people see it that way. They tend to see things more one-sided. So that's great that you can see that they help you just as much as you help them.
Well, I get to meet people on both sides of the camera, so it's really fun.
Perfect. John, why don't you set up the next clip we have?
Sure. This next one is this is Nick Daly, and this was from the ABC Family Channel television show from 2 seasons ago, and this is from State of Grace.
Okay, let's take a look at that, Nick.
Would you like a menu? I can get you a menu.
Okay, and can we please have some sodas?
Sorry, I can only bring menus.
Okay.
Nick Delays wants sodas.
Sure. Hey, where are you going?
To take their menu.
Yeah, well, I'll do that. You bust the tables and then mop the floor.
Well, Mr. Jackson told me I could get people menus.
And I said to mop the floor and bust the table.
So, Nick, tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was fun, and I'll let John explain a little bit more.
Oh, don't you want to explain about it? You want to talk a little bit about just how it was? That was Nick's first time on a professional set, and an awesome experience for him. One of the things that Nick is very capable of is memorizing things very, very quickly.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And that has led to another television appearance with Diana and Kelly and Pam and Pat on Seventh Heaven. Nick just finished shooting this summer his first feature film.
Ooh, that's nice, Nick. How did that go?
That was an awesome experience for him too. It was the first time that we had somebody, since we opened the studio, like Kelly has done feature film work before and some of our other people, but since we opened the studio, it was one of our first, active full-time students that had gotten something after our casting department opened up. Wonderful experience for him. The film is entitled, at this point, In Trouble. And he shot up in Solvang area for 3 weeks. And who was the director on that, please?
Lee Charlotte Schimmel, who was
And I also was on The Guardian.